can't skip over this part. Half of the business we get are from failed projects that come and go. We haven't had any sales this year, we don't know why. And the other half are fresh, clean, brand new deals. The ones that are broken projects, when you go ask them for a current market review, they haven't done it. They don't have the current comps. They don't have a clue what's happening right now in the marketplace. We have to start with this. Guys, you can't miss this step. If you miss this step, you don't know who's buying right now. You can't possibly have the right marketing strategy if you don't even know who you're going to hit. Okay? So this is a sniper attack. If I'm just shooting randomly, I'm not going to hit anybody. A sniper attack, you look at the target, you identify, you shoot, you aim, you fire, you hit the target. That's the difference between focus and unfocused. It's that simple. If you don't know exactly who your buyers are, you're going to be your hand will be shaking a little bit and you're going to get no results. If you don't know in Charlotte who your buyers are, if you can't identify the 5-mile radius and which houses on which streets are your potential buyers, you're going to spend a lot of money and waste a lot of time defocused. You've got to know exactly which neighborhoods, who's going to buy from you. It's got to be that laser focused. It's like scientists have a hypothesis and then they have to prove it. That's what you're doing here, guys. We've got a theory and then we've got to go prove the theory. You've got to be that specific. Okay. If you have a project in Cozumel, for example, some of the easy things you could do is you could figure out what airlines fly, how many direct flights, and all of a sudden you're starting to build a profile of where you might want to test some Google ads. So how does this all fit in? So if I know, for example, in Faro, now, as you can see, there's only 2 direct flights, okay, in North America. If I'm going to do that, I'm probably going to do my Google test. For example, there's actually a direct flight from Faro to Toronto. I might want to do a Google test just in Toronto. Well, here's what's great about Google. I can set up a pay-per-click ad only in Toronto for this project. I don't have to hit the whole country. That's what's exciting about Google and online media. You can specify a particular area, or I could just say I want London, or I want all the UK. You can specify with Google. So why do we do all this research to figure out which countries who has direct flights? Now we can pinpoint, we can do a sniper attack with our Google ads. Does that make sense? All right. Let's look at online marketing. Online marketing has many different versions. We talked a bit about Google and pay-per-click. Well, there's also this thing called banner ads, and there's also email sponsorship. There's many, many categories of it. What I want to show you is just a couple ideas in terms of how to bring traffic to your website. Typically, we spend the bulk of our budget on the pay-per-click stuff. Why? Because we can set up quickly, we can easily make changes. I just want to give you a couple tips that we've learned on pay-per-click that are going to make a massive difference. Most people make the mistake of running a pay-per-click ad. They'll do some keywords. They don't give a lot of thought to the 10-word ad. So in pay-per-click, there's 2 components. You've got to pick the right words. So if your project is in Cozumel, Mexico, obviously real estate in Cozumel, or Cozumel real estate, or condos in, or whatever you got to have some keywords. Then you have to write these 10-word keyword ads that are on the top part of Google. For every time you run a different pay-per-click, let's say you run real estate in Cozumel, you've got to make sure your 10 words resonate with what you just wrote. So for example, if I run an ad for Google and I put fractional real estate Cozumel, but then my 10-word ad only says condos in Cozumel, but you missed the whole fractional part, that is not going to work. But you're going to say, well, Roman, hold on, I did what you said. I did my Google pay-per-click ads in the market you told me to. Why didn't it work? Well, it didn't work because the words that you just read were not the same in those ads. What does that mean? You'll have to run 10 or 20 different versions of the 10-word text ads. Does that make sense? So for every time you have a different phrase for Google, you have to have a different 10-word ad. Most advertisers, 90%, when they have their pay-per-click ad, they link it to their homepage. You do the pay-per-click ad, and then they end up on the homepage. That's the kiss of death. Okay? Because here's what happens on your homepage. They go to your homepage, they get confused, they didn't find what they were looking for, they're just confused, and they never click on. Most website visits are 3 seconds. You can run your homepage for 3 seconds. Here's how hard it is to get to find the section that they're looking for. Every time somebody clicks on the next page on your website, you lose half your audience. So hypothetically, if I can get Google to give me 100 people to my homepage, then they got to go to this contact us section. There's 50. By the time they find the form, it's down to 25. Every time you make somebody click on a website, you lose half your audience. So what does that mean? make it real easy for them to find you. So here's what you do. You run your pay-per-click ads to a web form. The top part of your web form tells them what the offering is. Okay, so if it's fractional real estate in Cozumel, you've got a little photo, you've got something there. Immediately you get the form. So what does that mean? It means if I bring 100 people to the form, I got 100 people there. I got a prospect base of 100. If you go to your homepage, you might only get 12 actually seeing it because they got to click through all these pages to find it. When you do online ads, let's say you're doing a banner ad. We've all seen different banner ads. Let me give you a couple tips. Number one, never run a static ad. If it's a static ad, you're doomed for failure. So if you're going to do a banner ad, and this is why people go, banner ads don't work. Well, here's why their banner ads didn't work. They ran a static ad. Your banner ad has to be a movie. It has to be moving. There has to be a video. They call animated GIFs. There's different ways to do it. But if it's not moving, it will not work. Okay? First rule. Second rule is you better have a very clear value proposition of why do you want them to click on that banner ad. Okay? So for example, if you just put Turks and Caicos Wyndham Condo Hotel, no one's going to click on that. I mean, it looks nice, but there's no reason to click on it. Now, if you run a banner ad that has movement, it looks like a movie, and you say, Turks and Caicos, come visit us for the weekend, only $250, click here, boom! Okay, $250, go on the beach, Turks, I get it, boom, that's going to resonate.